Hello, friends. Welcome to our Tuesday lunch chat. I have so many fun things to show you here. My name is Sarah, if you're new around here, and I'm the owner of this amazing store. It's called Not Another Hat, and it exists in the heart of the Columbia River Gorge, which is Hood River, Oregon. But it also exists online, thankfully, for all of our beloved customers from far and wide. So every Tuesday, I like to go live, give you a little rundown on anything new, current haps, whatevs. So let's get started. First off, thank you everybody for giving us such a wonderful LYS day. This was this past Saturday. That means Local Yarn Shop Day, if you didn't know what LYS stood for. And we had a blast. We were busy bees. A lot of the favorites sold out very quickly. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for helping to support this very small little business. We try to act big, with our speedy shipping times and efficient customer service. But really, it's me, Ariana, Julia, Jill, Ingrid, and Mallory. Those are our collection of amazing people that make up Team Awesome. And it's just us here behind the scenes. So thank you. We really, truly, especially in these crazy times, appreciate you. So to recap, we have a few leftovers of some of the specials that we brought in, the exclusive LYS Day stuff. And so I want to make sure you see it because a couple of these I couldn't show you before on last Tuesday's preview. So one of the things that we got, what goes with this one, for LYS Day were some Manos Fino Mini-Skein sets. This is the biggest tongue twister for me. Manos Fino Mini. I always want to end up saying Fini-Mino. Anyway, so these are the beautiful, beautiful superwash wool and silk fingering weight yarn minis. This makes up a full 3.5 ounce skein, 490 yards in one set. There's a lot you can do. In fact, I have a pattern designed for a set called Straight to My Head. I did it. It's a really fun color work hat. It's very forgiving if you're on the newer side of color work. And it's very addictive because you're changing up what you're doing every row, and it uses one set of these minis. But there's also a beautiful new cowl that was released by Manos just for LYS Day, and it's called the Friends and Family Cowl. You can buy that on Ravelry. And that takes a mini set like this and a solid skein, full-size skein, and you only use 2 of your minis, and because of that, you can make 3 full cowls with these 2, with this combo here. So in this example, I am holding up, I think it's Beatriz. Yep. Beatrix and Brocade. I really need to make sure I bring my glasses over here when I start these videos. This, I think, is a lovely combo. You get to pick your own combo. So these are available a la carte now that LYS Day is over. That's one I think is beautiful. Another is Admiral, this gorgeous deep blue with Flora. This would be beautiful. Oh yeah, I brought a basket over just to drop these into. Greta, which is nice, happy, bright, like the color of spring flowers. And Morning, nice neutral gray. And last, but of course not least, where's Mike? Oh, I showed you the wrong one. Just a second. Admiral, I have paired up with Augusta. That's what these 2 were supposed to be together. And then Flora, with the blue and greens happening here, I like Flora with Topsy Turvy. Of course, these are all just suggestions. At this point, you can pick whatever you want. So these are just some ideas of ways that you could use these beautiful Mini-Skein sets. If I just leave out the name Manos and Fino, Mini-Skein sets, then it's a lot easier to say. So go check those out. They are such a fun way to have little bits of 5 different colors to work with without having to buy 5 full-size skeins. Go figure. Okay, so another one of our exclusives that we have a little bit left of, if you didn't get in on it, and I couldn't show it to you last week, is Tosh's special colorway for LYS Day this year. It's called Dye Me to the Moon. Dye me to the moon and let me knit among the stars. All day long. On Saturday, I had Fly Me to the Moon in my head. Anyway, it's a beautiful, beautiful understated color with hints of some pastels. Kind of reminds me of shell, like abalone, or I don't know. I am smitten with this color. There is a scarf pattern that they released. It's not going to come. That you can use 1 skein of the, so we have Tosh Merino Light, which is right here. And we have Tosh DK. Also beautiful. I love how differently they all take the dye because it gives them each their own personality. And then we also, this year, we did the special colorway in triple twist. And I really love it. In triple twist. I want to take 2 of these and make my, make this, my candlewick cowl. This was designed in triple twist. And I think the slip stitch pattern, the texture would be beautiful with these colors moving around from Dye Me to the Moon. So right now, these are still listed in their own product called the LYS Day Tosh Exclusives. And you can find all 3 bases listed under there. In a little while, like basically whenever we have the time, we'll move them each into their respective products, like with the Merino Light, with the et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that was the Tosh. I wasn't able to show you that beforehand because, you know, no spoilers. But if definitely limited edition, if you have interest in any of these, grab them up now before they are gonzo. And then another fun thing we did for LYS Day, kind of by accident. They had just been released by the maker, and I got them in time to put them out special for LYS Day. The Beaver State, Oregon stitch markers everybody loved last week or 2 weeks ago? Well, now there are needle gauges. And they are so fun and poppy. So these are like acrylic 3D printed. They come with a carabiner to attach onto your stuff. And then this little heart hanging here is magnetic because it's a needle minder. Pretty darn clever, if you ask me. These are US sizes. They do not say millimeter sizes on there. Just be aware. So there's pink and orange, lemon lime. This one is timely. If Mallory was a knitter, we'd give her this because she just decided she's going to University of Oregon next year. Woohoo! And then there's blue and purple. So check these out. They're by Bluebird Makery. They are so fun and they're just like a pop of happy color for your toolkit. And maybe get the matching stitch markers while you're at it. There's Oregon and Washington stitch markers, just FYI. Yeah, Julia says she didn't know they were magnetic. It's so clever that they did that. They made a little needle keeper to attach to the whole kit and caboodle. Okay, so that was kind of a wrap up of, there was some other stuff, but they sold out. So, you know, why should we talk about it? But on to something very near and dear to my heart, and that is gardening season. So I know I'm not the only one who struggles with allocation of time this time of year when you are both interested in knitting and gardening. And for years, we have bemoaned people who come in and say, oh, I can't knit right now. I'm just out in my garden too much. Understand it, but bemoaned it, right? Because they're like, no, but you gotta knit. They don't have to be mutually exclusive. I finally have realized knitting and gardening do not have to be mutually exclusive. And in fact, sitting and knitting by your garden is one of the nicest things that you can do. I also am sucked into the gardening side of things this time of year, fully and completely. And that made me realize something very, very basic that blew my mind. We could also have some gardening things here. What? We And because so many of us love both. Hello. So here are some of the awesome gardening things that I have brought in lately because I love them. How about wool pellets from Reusable? See what they did there? You can buy 1 pound, 2 pound, or 3 pound bags of these wool pellets. Wool is a natural fertilizer. You work these into your soil where you're going to be planting. So 1 pound will cover approximately 30 square feet of your garden. So it goes a long ways. You can sprinkle it around existing plants. You can put it in, mix it in with the dirt before planting. You can just push it into the soil inside of pots, etc. It also is really nice if you want to use it as a barricade around some tender plants that are prone to pests because it is a deterrent to slugs and snails. And wool will release, as it breaks down, nitrogen, soluble potash, and sulfur. All good things for your garden soil. What a perfect marriage of our two worlds, right? Wool pellets. So check these out. These are online. You can get them shipped. The shipping's a little bit more just because they're heavy. But 1 pound, 2 pounds, or 3 pounds wool pellets for your garden. Give your garden the benefit of wool. Also these are great gifts for some upcoming holidays. There's both Mother's Day and Father's Day coming soon. And we've got a gardener's tin or a chef's tin. And these are little gift tins that have a special soap, a scrub brush, and a hand balm, a hand salve, because both of these activities really can tend to dry out your skin. That is one of the hardest things about loving knitting and gardening is after you've been digging in the soil, especially if you don't wear gloves, woo-wee, hands are dry. So check these out. There's the the gardener's gift tin and the chef's gift tin. I just brought these in because I thought they were really fun. I also brought in my personal favorite gardening clippers. These are by Modern Sprout, and they have a handy little lock here to hold them closed, and then they're nice springly loaded. I've been using these for 3 years now, and they are still working beautifully. And I would love to tell you that I'm one of those people that is really careful with her shears. I'm not. Occasionally I clean them. I'm not super diligent. I should be a lot better about it. But I'm thinking now that I have these available to me, I could just bring home different clippers for different kinds of plants. So then I'm lowering the risk of dirty, contaminated. Okay, I should just clean them. That's the end of the story. So we've got like this sage color, this lime green, beautiful lavender, and this darker green. So check these out. They come highly recommended by myself from Modern Sprout. So I love those. Also from Modern Sprout, and also really fun on the gift giving, we have these seed pops. These are little clusters of seeds all together in a little lollipop. You just stick them in the ground, and there's one that's great for birds, butterflies, and bees. So really fun. These, you just throw one in with an order. There's more. If you have somebody to thank or reach out to or well wish, you might want to try one of these handy little greeting seed pouches. This is mailable. Tells you what it weighs right here, so you can put the right postage on. You can write a little note, just like with a postcard, address it, pop it in the mail, and voila. Your recipient cuts the top off, adds water, and microgreens. This one is, which one is this? Oh my gosh, can't see. Okay, the website says what each one is. I can't remember, and I can't read it. This one says just beet cause, so I know this one's beets. This one says, you're kind of a big deal. And just because you are my sunshine, these are sunflower microgreens. So really fun, cute little way to send someone a note and say, I'm thinking of you. here have some microgreens with very little effort on their part required. Okay, the last gardening thing is the best because it's so funny. These are tiny little succulent bowls for planting succulents, or you could make them for holding your notions, stitch markers, needles, etc. But they are so cute. This one says, "Leave me alone." This one says, "What the fuckulent?" Or teacher gifts. Yes, Julia, these would make great teacher gifts. Great idea. How about this one? Prickly bitch. Lots of succulents are prickly. Pretty fly for a cacti. Can you tell how much I enjoyed shopping for these? And, of course, I will survive. So, super cute. We will have some available very soon with little planted succulents in them. So if you are looking to actually gift somebody a plant, like a teacher's gift would be great, you'll find those here in about a week. But other than that, you can also, you can just buy them a la carte and plant them yourself, or gift them to somebody that you know is both a plant lover and a knitting lover to use to store their notions and tools. So that's a roundup of the garden offerings here at this knitting store. Go figure. But there's no rules, and I'm the boss of me, which means I get to stock whatever I want to stock. All right? All right. Okay, I just have one or two more announcements. Announcements. Did anyone ever go to summer camp where they sang that? Let me make sure that I'm not forgetting anything. I've somehow lost my page of notes. There we go. Tuesday lunch chats. There it is. Nope, there it isn't. There it isn't. Okay, well, one of them I can remember. There it is. Mad May is our special Tosh event happening on Sunday, May 18th. So do not forget, mark your calendars, come on into the store, or you'll be able to participate online. But we'll be giving away some really awesome Tosh prizes. We'll have custom orders available. We'll have a few surprise Tosh specials. So basically, we're celebrating all things Tosh in May with a special event on May 18th. So mark your calendar. Don't worry, there'll be lots of email reminders as well. Other thing to remember, we, Team Awesome, are headed to Chicago to market. We're going shopping. Woo-hoo! So we will be closed next week. That is going to be Wednesday through Sunday, May 7th through the 11th. The shop will be closed. So no in-person shopping for next week. However, the website will be available. Mallory will be here in town and can fill orders. And something really fun is going to happen. Something very, very exciting is going to happen. So make sure you open next Wednesday's newsletter. Is that cryptic enough for you? Okay. So don't come in. Don't drive in from out of town next week. Shop's going to be closed, but it will be open online for your web orders. Okay, I have one last announcement, and that's it. Today, the first clue in our Not Another Dead Body Mystery Knit Along dropped. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. As well as chapter 1 of the mystery story, which you don't want to miss. I think it's worth getting the pattern just to read the story. Honestly. So that's great for everyone participating. It is still not too late to hop on board if you are interested. This is a mystery accessory, shawl-like accessory that is knit in DK weight. So you absolutely could still jump on board. And we have been offering these swag kits with your choice of these bags, Sound Suspicious or Armchair Detective. And the full kit has stitch markers that are themed to this year's knit along, and a pen that says basically a detective, and a sticker that says just here to establish my alibi. But we are now offering these things a la carte as well. So if you are interested in maybe getting a second set of stitch markers, because the pattern does actually call for 2 of the various markers, like 2 fire markers, 2 wind markers, 2 water markers, etc., then you might want to buy another set of these Katrinkles markers to round out what you already have, if you got the whole set. Or maybe you just need the bag, either bag, or the pen, or the sticker. Or maybe you know someone who really needs one of these things. Like my sister probably needs this, that she's just here to establish her alibi. You can now get those. They're all in the same product. It's still the swag for the Not Another Dead Body Mystery Knit Along. But now you, in the drop down, you can choose from the full kit for either bag, the bag a la carte, the sticker, the pen, and the markers. Okay. That's all the news that's fit to print today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, I'm not going to be able to join you live next week because Team Awesome will be traveling to Chicago. So we won't see you on a video next week, but remember to check your email, your Wednesday newsletter, and then I will see you in 2 weeks. Same time, same place, right here. It's a date, okay? All right. Bye, everybody.